or we have to break fast by what? Hare Krishna, everybody.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Tanvat Pranam.
Juraha Dhamado Gopijala Gopi Janabala Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare Krishna. Hey, Nikhil. Danger. Hare Krishna, everybody. Hare Krishna. Now the sound is okay. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
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 Narayanam Namaskritya
Narayanam Namaskritya.
Naram Chaiva Narottamam
Naram Chaiva Narottamam.
Devim Sarasatim Vyasam
Devi Saraswati Vyasam.
Tato Jayamudire
Tato Jayamudiraye.
Nashta Prayasha Bhadreshu
Nashtaprayeshva Bhadreshu.
Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya
Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya.
Bhagavati Uttama Shloke
Bhagavati Uttama Shloke.
Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtiki.
Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtiki.
So today is Varah Dvadasi. I'll just pick something in short. When the time permits, we'll go to the battle between the Varahadev and Hiranyakashipu. The same canto, third canto, 18th chapter. Varah Dvadasi, this comes after the Ekadashi, and today is Dvadashi, we don't fast. Dvadashi is feasting. So on Ekadashi, we did double fasting. We had normal fasting, Ekadashi fasting, plus half day of Varahadev, we did the fasting. So this is very interesting pastime of the Lord. We see the Lord is always known as Uruka. Om Jnana Timirandasya Jnana Janashalakya Chakshumritamena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Krishna Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Namini. Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Charine Nirvishesha Srimati Pancharaja Devshata. Jayo Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasati Gaura Bhaktivinoda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare. So this is the very one of the Masya Kurma Vara, one of the different pastimes of the Lord. Now they have said, I think in the biology book they have put that these incarnations prove Darwin's theory. Please don't speak the nonsense. for that matter, any religion doesn't agree to doubt this. All the species are created by God. And this does not refer to material form. This refers to the spiritual form of the Lord. Lord sometimes manifests. In fact, Varah incarnation has occurred 2 times. So sometimes Lord manifests a beautiful form. These are all transcendental forms. They're not forms made of matter. Lord in his own pastime manifests this. We read this in the recently. We read about this incarnation in brief, and in 18th chapter is in detail. In brief, we read how Swayambhuva Manu, who was being instructed by Brahma to take up the task on his behalf. Manu is a big director for Brahma. Each Manvantara he rules. He has a lot of responsibilities. And Brahma wanted to entrust Swayambhuva Manu to manage, run the universe, and also to populate the whole universe. Swayambhuva Manu said, my dear father, that's nice, I'm ready to accept, but there is a problem. What? The earth. The Hiranyaksha, by his activities, have thrown the earth out of the orbit and lying down in Garbhodaka ocean. Now this, in modern cosmology, I don't think it can be even understood, because the Vedic cosmology is different in its structure. In modern cosmology, we don't even have an idea what is Garbhodaka ocean. But then see, we are seeing something which are from our limited senses. We cannot see everything. Sometimes people used to say, tell Srila Prabhupada, show me God. Prabhupada used to say, why you're so proud of yourself? What can you see anyway? So we are not absolute in our perception. We get some perception. We're not absolute. We cannot say exactly this is what the way is. Therefore, those who are more intelligent, because of various defects of Pratyaksha Pramana, they take Shabda Pramana. They take the information from the Shastra. And the Shastra talks about Varah Deva. So when the Swayambhuva Manu talked about the situation, then Brahma was thinking, what can be done to solve the situation? It's a big mess, because Earth has a very special place for spiritual development. We have Krishna's Dham here, Vrindavan Dham, where some of us are going. We have Ayodhya Dham. We have so many holy places there on this Earth planet. And these places are so unique. They make Earth glorious in the whole universe. Even for the Devatas, if there are places to visit, these places are not anywhere. And not only that, on Earth there is an advantage that you see both sufferings and happiness. So it's a good platform for spiritual advancement. Very good platform. In Devaloka, there is a lot of enjoyment in forgetfulness of God. In Danav Loka, there is a lot of enjoyment. In Devaloka, there is a lot of enjoyment in remembrance to God. They remember God and they enjoy their senses. In Danav Loka, there is a lot of enjoyment in forgetfulness of God. For Earth, there is both enjoyment and suffering. And because of this, it is very easy to advance a spiritual life. Just like, imagine you have a college in which there is no exams. Very difficult to study in that college. So both Devaloka and Dhanavaloka are like that. Nicely they enjoy. Sufferings are minimized. Enjoy, enjoy, enjoy. Hell is below the Dhanavaloka. Many times when you think about low planets, people mix up low planets with hell. Hells are different. Below Swarga, 5th canto describes low planets below Swarga. Nice enjoy. Lot of enjoyment. A total forgetfulness of God. And they're also extremely powerful. They fight with Devatas. We can't fight with Devatas. Human beings, we can't fight. They are so powerful, they fight with the Devatas. And sometimes they take over Devaloka. So anyway, that's Vedic cosmology. And what happens is that when Brahma sees this condition, Earth has to be protected and it's in a mess. What should be done? And Brahma is thinking within his nose. Small Krishna comes take birth from within his nose. And he sees a small Varaha form. Oh, what is this? And then Brahma and Sanat Kumaras, all this, The devotee, Brahma is not alone with his devotees, start discussing. And it takes a huge form, massive form, like an elephant. What happened? Just came from a nose something, small and not taken the form of an elephant. And then takes a massive form. Then all of them start discussing. I think the Lord has come. Brahma always has a relation. And just like Queen Kunti says, whenever there is problem, my Lord, you come. So similarly, Brahma also, whenever there was once the 4 Kumaras, they asked him some question which he could not answer. And the Bhagavatam explains, the Lord came as Hamsa Avatar to answer those questions, difficult questions. So whenever he is in trouble, Krishna helps him. He has been given a big responsibility, but Krishna is also ready to help us whenever there is trouble. Like when on earth there was too much trouble at other time, when Kamsa and others were creating so much difficulty, the Bhudevi went to Brahma. So can you help me? And she was crying, seeing the condition of people on earth. At that time she went to Brahma. Brahma was saying, oh my God, this looks very difficult. He said, let us go to the Narayana. Or there is called Shiro Dakshay Vishnu. That's why we discussed the privilege of Dhruva is much higher. He can stay there. Dhruva Loka is where Shiro Dakshay Vishnu resides. He can stay there. But Brahma cannot stay. He stays outside in the river, of Shira or ocean of Shira, and he offers prayers. He cannot enter there. But Dhruva stays there. That's what he recently understood. And anyway, so now coming back to the situation, so there's praying. All the devatas are praying. And Brahma prayed, and again Krishna appeared within his heart this time. He didn't give a darshan, and he gave the message, I'm coming, I'm coming. Tell all the devatas to appear in Vidu dynasty and join in my happy pastimes. So we see that there is reciprocation. So the Brahma Varah, they appeared. And he said, oh, my Lord has come. You can see, and he's very happy. And they start offering prayers to the Lord. And the Varahadev then dives in the ocean. Boom! Because he has a mission. He has come for a mission. When the Lord incarnation comes, every description is there. The form he will take, the mission he has, how will he born in this world. Everything is described in the scripture. And now he goes inside in the ocean. Now as he goes in the ocean is torn into 2 pieces. Just like, something heavy falls in water. Pow! The water, So as if the ocean is crying, please don't tear me. Pow! It falls with the heavy weight on the water. And then rises again in the air. So all the devatas are offering prayers. Brahma is offering prayers. So he, he does his body to sprinkle them with, what do you say, with charnavit, water bathing his body. And boom, goes again inside. And now goes looking for the earth planet. And he can locate it lying at the bottom of Garabhadaka ocean and picks it up on his tusk and is coming back to put it back on the top of the ocean. And now comes our Hiranyaksha. Now Hiranyaksha had actually gone to, Bhagavata described, he's gone to Varuna. Varuna, give me fight. Give me fight. He used to roam with his club all around and nobody in the universe could fight with him. He was so powerful. So Varuna Dev was intelligent. He said, we are all old people now. We are given a fighting now. The person who you want to fight now will give you a nice fight and you will lose. Has already come. Or is about to come. So he said, where is he? They tell him, go. And actually comes looking and he finds, oh, interesting. He sees Varah there. So Hiranyaksha, and he is and he starts abusing him with strong words. And Varah tolerates because he has a mission in his hand now. He has to protect her. So he keeps the earth on its place. First he keeps it on the top of the Garbhaka ocean and gives it a power to float. And now, come on, goes to Hiranyaksha. And then there is a fight starts. The Lord has his own Gada appears and they start fighting. And the Lord is having some fun. So one time Hiranyaksha hits the Lord with his gada, and the gada falls from his hand to the ground. So all the Devatas, very dangerous, very dangerous. Don't play with him, my Lord, kill him soon, kill him soon. They're all praying. This auspicious occasion is about to pass, then it not be auspicious. Kill him immediately, don't play with him, don't play with him. Just like even Narasimha, when he had caught his brother, Hiranyakashipu, he had caught him and he just left him for some time. You have seen a cat also. Have you seen a cat killing a rat? It catches and then it leaves for some time, plays. It runs, again catches, and it has fun, and then it tears it and eats it. So similarly, Narasimha also left him for some time, and he was, oh, see, I am so powerful. Then again he caught him. So similarly, here he was having some fun, just like even Krishna Leela, Kaliya. Krishna allowed the Kaliyas to bind him, and all the residents of Vrindavan almost fainted. That is just to increase their life. And they were so intense meditation on Krishna. Mother Yashoda became unconscious to see that situation. But then Krishna uncoiled himself and then punished Kaliya by dancing on his suits. So similarly here, the Lord allowed him, some time, and then so many things he started doing, and then finally Varah took his, fist, one of the hands, and hot hit on his collar, and he fell down dead, and that's how Hiranyaksha was killed. If he, okay, let me just finish this, then we think if we have time. This is the fight we can see between Varah and Hiranyaksha because of the planet Earth. You can see that fighting nicely. Oh, so nice. They're fighting. Very interesting is that very few people know Lord Chaitanya showed various forms, and Lord Chaitanya once showed Vishwarupa, that is to Advaita Acharya, and he also showed Sri Radha Govinda Temple to Murari Gupta, Sita, Ram, Lakshman, and also Hanuman. Murari Gupta was a great devotee of Lord Chaitanya, and he was actually Hanuman, who participated in the pastimes of Lord Chaitanya. And he was a Rama Bhakta. And so Lord Chaitanya showed him his form as Ram Krishna. Full form he showed Ram Krishna Sita. Even he himself is Hanuman. And Murari Gupta fainted. And once Lord Chaitanya came to another time, Lord Chaitanya showed to him this Varah form, very beautiful form of Varah. This is another pastime of the Lord. So, there is the Dashavatara Stota by Jayadev Goswami. So this is the one for Varah. So let us sing this. Vashati dashana shikare dharani kamalagna shashini kalanka kalevani magna keshavadhrita shukara rupa Jai Jagadisha Hare Jai Jagadisha Hare Jai Jagadisha Hare Vashati dashana shikare dharani kamalagna Shashini kalanka kalevani Keshavadhrita Shukara Rupa Jaya Jagadisha Hare Jaya Jagadisha Hare Jaya Jagadisha Hare Vasati dashana shikare dharani tavalagna Shashini kalam kakaleva nivagna Keshavadrita shukara rupa Jayo Jagadisha Hare Jayo Jagadisha Hare Jayo Jagadisha Hare
Vasati Dashana Shikare Dharani Kavalana Shrini Kalanta Kaleva Nivana Keshavadrita Sukararupa Jaya Jagadisha Hare Jaya Jagadisha Hare Jaya Jagadisha Hare
Asati dashana shikare dharani tavalagna Vashati dashana shikare dharani tavalagna Shashini kalanka kale vanimagna Keshavadrita shukara rupa Jayo Jagadisha Hare Jayo Jagadisha Hare Jayo Jagadisha Hare
Vasati Dashana Shikare Dharani Kavalana Shashini Kalanta Kaleva Nivana Keshavadrita Sukararupa Jaya Jagadisha Hare Jaya Jagadisha Hare Jaya Jagadisha Hare
So we have still 15 minutes, so we can read the war. All of us like to read about the war, but always good to read war of Krishna with his devotees. And Krishna never loses, he always hear the war with Krishna with the demons, and Krishna always wins the war. Okay, the battle of the Lord Boar and demon Hiranyaksha. Hare Krishna. Anybody like to read this? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes, Supremata Ji, you are there. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hello, start.
The battle between Lord Boar and the demon Hiranyaksha. Maitreya continued, the proud and falsely glorious Daitya paid little heed to the words of the Varuna. Oh dear Vadura, he learned from Narada the whereabouts of the Supreme Personality of Godhead and hurriedly betook himself to the depths of the ocean. He saw there the all-powerful Personality of Godhead in his boar incarnation, bearing the earth upward on the ends of his tusks and robbing him of his splendor with his reddish eyes. The demon laughed. Oh, an amphibious beast. The demon addressed the Lord, O best of the demigods, dressed in the form of a boar, just hear me. This earth is entrusted to us, the inhabitants of the lower regions, and you cannot take it from my presence and not be heard by me. You rascal, you have been nourished by our enemies to kill us, and you have killed some demons by remaining invisible. O fool, your power is only mystic, so today I shall enliven my kinsman by killing you. The demon continued. When you fall dead with your skull smashed by the mace hurled by my arms, the demigods and sages who offer you oblations and sacrifice in devotional service will also automatically cease to exist like trees without roots. Although the Lord was pained by the shaft-like abusive words of the demon, he bore the pain. But seeing that the earth on the ends of his tusks was frightened, he rose out of the water just as an elephant. emerges with its female companion when assailed by an alligator. The demon, who had golden hair on his head and fearful tusks, gave chase to the Lord while he was rising from the water, even as an alligator would chase an elephant. Roaring like thunder, he said, "Are you not ashamed of running away before a challenging adversary? There is nothing reproachable for shameless creatures." The Lord placed the earth within his sight on the surface of the water and transferred to her his own energy in the form of the ability to float on the water. While the enemy stood looking on, Brahma, the creator of the universe, extolled the Lord, and the other demigods rained flowers on him. The demon, who had a wealth of ornaments, bangles, and beautiful golden armor on his body, chased the Lord from behind with a great mace. The Lord tolerated his piercing ill words, but in order to reply to him, he expressed his terrible anger. The personality of Godhead said, "Indeed, we are creatures of the jungle, and we are searching after hunting dogs like you. One who is freed from the entanglement of death has no fear from the loose talk in which you are indulging, for you are bound up by the laws of death. Certainly, we have stolen the charge of the inhabitants of Rasatala and have lost all shame. Although bitten by your powerful mace, I shall stay here in the water for some time because, having created enmity with a powerful enemy, I now have no place to go. You are supposed to be the commander of many foot soldiers, and now you may take prompt steps to overthrow us. Give up all your foolish talk and wipe out the cares of your kith and kin by slaying us. One may be proud, yet he does not deserve a seat in an assembly if he fails to fulfill his promised word." Sri Maitreya said, "The demon, being thus challenged by the personality of Godhead, became angry and agitated, and he trembled in anger like a challenged cobra. Hissing indignantly, all his senses shaken by wrath, the demon quickly sprang upon the Lord and dealt him a blow with his powerful mace. The Lord, however, by moving slightly aside, dodged the violent mace blow aimed at his breast by the enemy, just as an accomplished yogi would elude death. The personality of Godhead now exhibited his anger and rushed to meet the demon, who, with his lip in rage, took up his mace again and began to repeatedly brandish it about. Then, with his mace, the Lord struck the enemy on the right of his brow. But since the demon was expert in fighting, O gentle Vidura, he protected himself by a maneuver of his own mace. In this way, the demon Haryaksha and the Lord, the personality of Godhead, struck each other with their huge maces, each enraged and seeking his own victory. There was keen rivalry between the two combatants. Both had sustained injuries on their bodies from the blows of each other's pointed maces, and each grew more and more enraged at the smell of the blood on his person. In their eagerness to win, they performed maneuvers of various kinds, and their contest looked like an encounter between two forceful bulls for the sake of a cow. O descendant Kuru, Brahma, the most independent demigod of the universe, accompanied by his followers, came to see the terrible fight for the sake of the world between the demon and the personality of Godhead, who appeared in the form of a boar. After arriving at the place of combat, Brahma, the leader of thousands of sages and transcendentalists, saw the demon, who had attained such unprecedented power that no one could fight with him. Brahma then addressed Narayana, who was assuming the form of a boar for the first time. Lord Brahma said, "My dear Lord, this demon has proved to be a constant pinprick to the demigods, the Brahmanas, the cows, and the innocent persons who are spotless and always dependent upon worshipping your lotus feet. He has become a source of fear by unnecessarily harassing them. Since he has attained a boon from me, he has become a demon, always searching for a proper combatant, wandering all over the universe for this infamous purpose." Lord Brahma continued, "My dear Lord, there is no need to play with this serpentine demon who is always very skilled in conjuring tricks and is arrogant, self-sufficient, and most wicked." Brahma continued, "My dear Lord, you are infallible. Please kill this sinful demon before the demonic hour arrives and he presents another formidable approach favorable to him. You can kill him by your internal potency without doubt. My Lord, the darkest evening which covers the world is fast approaching. Since you are the soul of all souls, kindly kill him and win victory for the demigods." The auspicious period known as Abhijit, which is most opportune for victory, commenced at midday and has all but passed. Therefore, in the interest of your friends, please dispose of this formidable foe quickly. The demon, luckily for us, has come of his own accord to you, his death ordained by you. Therefore, exhibiting your ways, kill him in the duel and establish the worlds in peace. Hare Krishna.
Continue. It's not died still. The killing of the demon Hiranyaksha. Shri Maitreya said, after hearing the words of Brahma, the creator, which are free from all sinful purpose, and as sweet as nectar, the Lord heartily loved. And accepted praise with a glance laid in love. The Lord, who had appeared from the nostril of Brahma, sprang, aimed his mace at chin of the enemy Hiranyaksha demon, who was stalking furiously before him. Struck by the demon's ways, however, the Lord mace slipped from his hand and looked splendid as it fell from down whirling. The miraculous, for the mace was blazing wonderfully. The demon had an excellent opportunity to strike at an unarmed foe without obstruction, irrespective of the law of single combat, thereby kindling the fury of the supreme power. Or the Lord mace fell to the ground and cry alarm rose among the witnessing crowds of gods and rishis. The personality God acknowledged the demon's love of righteousness, therefore invoked the Sudarshana Chakra. As the discus began to revolve in the Lord's hand, the Lord contended at close quarter with the chief of Vaikuntha attendant who had been born as Hiranyaksha, a wild son of Diti, and there issued from every direction strange expression uttered by those who are witnessing the aeroplane. They have no knowledge of the Lord's reality. They cried, may victory attend you, play, dispatch him, play no more with him. The demons of the Supreme Personality God his eyes just like a lotus pillar standing in position before him, armed with Sudarshan Chakra. His senses, overpowered by indignation, began to hiss like a serpent and bit his lip in great resentment. The demon who had a fearful touch stared at the Personality God as though to burn him. Springing into the air, he aimed his mace at the Lord, exclaiming at the same time, you are slain, the saintly Vidura. O saintly Vidura, while his enemy looked on, the Lord in his bow form, the in charge of all sacrificial offering, playfully knocked down the mace with his left foot. Even though as it came upon him with the force of a tempest, the Lord then said, take up your weapon and try again, eager as you are to conquer me. Challenging these words, the demon aimed his mace at the Lord and once more loudly roared. When the Lord saw the mace flying towards him, he stood firmly where he was and caught it with the same ease as Garuda, the king of birds, which sees the serpent. His bellow thus prostrated, the great demon felt humility with our put out of countenance. He was reluctant to take back the mace when it is offered by the Supreme Personality Godhead. He now took a trident which was rapacious as a flaming fire and hurled it against the Lord, the enjoyer of all sacrifices. Even as one had used spinners of malevolent purpose against a holy Brahmana, hurled by the mighty demon with all the strength, the flying trident shone brilliantly in the sky. The Personality Godhead hour tore it to pieces with this discus Sudarshana, which is sharp as rim, even as Indra cut off the wing of Garuda. The demon was enraged when his trident was cut to pieces by the discus of Personality Godhead. He therefore advanced towards the Lord and roaring around, struck his hard fist against the Lord's broad chest, which bore the mark of Shivasa. Then he went out of sight. Hit in this manner by the demon, O Vidura, the Lord who had appeared in the first boar, did not feel the least quaking in any part of his body, any more than the elephant was struck by the wrath of flowers. The demon, however, employed many conjuring tricks against the Personality Godhead, who is the Lord of Yogamaya. At the sight of this, the people are filled with alarm and thought the dissolution universe was near. Fierce winds began to blow in all directions, spreading darkness, occasioned by dust and hailstorm. Stones came in volleys from every corner as if thrown by machine guns. The luminaries in outer space disappeared to the sky, being overcast with masses of cloud. They are accompanied by lightning and thunder. The sky rained pus, hair, blood, stool, urine, and bones. O sinless Vidura, mountain discharge, weapons of various kinds, and naked demonesses armed with trident appeared with their hair hanging loose. Cruel and savage slogans were uttered by the host of ruffian yakshas and rakshas, all either marched on foot or rode on horses, elephants, and chariots. The Lord, the personal enjoyer of all sacrifice, now discharged his beloved Sudarshana, which is capable of dispersing the magical forces displayed by the demon. At that moment, a shudder suddenly ran to the heart of Diti, the mother of Hiranyaksha. She recalled the words of husband Kashyapa, and the blood flowed from her breast. When the demon saw his magic forces dispersed, he again came into the present Personality God of Keshava, and full of rage tried to embrace him with his arms to crush him. With a great amazement, he found the Lord standing outside the circle of his arms. The demon now began to strike the Lord with his hard fist, but the Lord Adhoksha slapped him on the root of the ear, even as Indra, the Lord of the Marus, hit the demon Vrita. Though struck indifferently by the Lord, the conqueror, all the demon's body began to weave. His eyeballs bulged out of sockets, his arms and legs broken, and the hair on his head scattered. He fell down dead like a gigantic tree uprooted by the wind. Ajay, Brahma, and others arrived on the spot to see the fearlessly tossed demon lying on the ground, biting his lip. The glow of his face was yet unfaded, and the Brahma admiringly said, "Oh, who could meet such a blessed death?" Brahma continued, struck by the forefoot of the Lord, whom yogis seeking freedom from their unreal material bodies meditate upon in the seclusion and mystic trance. While gazing on his countenance, the crest jewel of the deepest sun has cast off his mortal coil. The two personalities of Supreme Lord, having been cursed, had been destined to take birth in demonic families. After a few such births, they will return to their own positions. The demigod addressed the Lord, all obeisance unto you. You are the enjoyer of all sacrifices. He assumed the form of boar in a pure goodness for the purpose of maintenance of the world. Fortunately for us, this demon who was torment to this world has been slain by you, and we too, O Lord, are now at ease in devotion at your lotus feet. Sri Maitreya continued, after thus killing the most formidable demon, Hiranyaksha, Supreme Lord Hari, the origin of both species, returned to his own abode, where there is always uninterrupted festival. The Lord is praised by all the demigods, headed by Brahma. Maitreya continued, my dear Vidura, I explained to you the personality God coming down as firstborn incarnation, killing in a great fight a demon of unprecedented power as he was just a plaything. This has narrated to me, and I heard from the predecessor spiritual master. Okay, thank you. Hare Krishna, everybody.